welcome to my YouTube channel, and we will start with the quick revision of class 12th important topics. So the topic which I have chosen today is electric field intensity on the axial line of a dipole. So let us start with this topic. First of all, we need a dipole. So let us take two charges. It is a pair of equal and opposite charges. So I have taken minus q charge at this point and my plus q charge at this point, such as minus q charge is located at point P and plus q charge is located at point A. So this is the dipole, and we have to find the electric field intensity on the axial line of this dipole. And for dipole, we are already knowing this thing, that a dipole is a pair of equal and opposite charges separated by a very small distance. Although the distance is quite small, but I have shown this in the figure as a large distance, and the reason is that we cannot label the diagram until we make it on the macroscopic level. So let us say these two charges are separated by a distance of 2a. As you already know, for the length of the dipole we always choose a factor 2, and the reason is that when we have to take the center of the dipole, it becomes easier for us to divide it into two equal parts. Otherwise the numerical value will disturb a lot when you will take a factor a by 2 or l by 2, whatever kind of labeling you want to do it. So when you will divide it by 2, then it will make the relationship bit of complex one. So we always take a factor 2 over here. So let us mark the center of the dipole as O, such that the distance between O and B is A, and the distance from A to O is also A. Now we have to talk about the axial line of the dipole. If I talk about the axial line of the dipole, so if I extend this separation between the two charges on both the sides, then this line is called an axial line. So we can consider any point on the axial line of the dipole. Let's say I have chosen this point called P on the side of plus q charge, where I want to find the electric field intensity due to the dipole. So if I feel that, if I say that this plus q charge is the only charge present, and let us ignore this particular charge minus q charge, so I just want to find where will be the direction of electric field intensity at point P. I cannot find the electric field intensity until and unless I consider a test charge over here. Only then I will be able to understand the nature of this plus q charge. So just for the convenience, let us place plus q naught charge at point P, such that this q naught charge is a test charge. And what is test charge? As you are already aware, a charge is said to be a test charge if its electric field does not interfere with the electric field of a source charge. So let us say here we have placed a unit positive test charge at point P. As I have said that we have placed a unit positive test charge, so the charge which is placed at point A, that is plus q charge, is going to repel the plus q naught charge, which is a unit positive test charge, because there is always a repulsive force existing between the two charges which are of equal nature or which are of same nature. So I will say plus q charge will repel plus q naught charge placed at point P in towards this direction. If I will draw these directions, I will call it as an east direction. As we know, if this is north, towards the right of north is east direction, and then here comes south direction, and opposite to east is west direction. So electric field, because of plus q charge which is placed at A at point P, is given by EA in the outward direction. And if we consider this plus q charge is not placed over here, what we will say? Then we will say that only minus q charge is present, and minus q charge will attract this plus q naught charge towards itself. That means electric field at point P due to minus q charge which is placed at point P is in the inward direction and will be written as EB. So this is almost done, and now what we need to know, we just need to put more of the labeling over here. That is, I have not considered yet the distance of point P from the center of the dipole, because dipole is a short dipole, and therefore we have to consider the distance of point of observation from the center of the dipole. So let us say the dipole is placed at a distance x. In different books labeling is different, so I have considered it as x. If you want to consider something else like y, you can consider it like y. If you want to give another kind of labeling, you can do it as well. There is no hard and fast rule, but it all depends on you. That picture must be clear in your mind. So I have taken the distance x from the center of the dipole. So when I will talk about, I know the distance from center of the dipole to the point P is x, then what will be the distance of point P from point A? So just this distance is known, this distance is known, and I just want to find this distance. So it become easier for me to calculate this distance now. Total distance, and subtract this much distance from it, we will get x minus a, that is the distance from A point to P point is x minus a. So the labeling will say the distance from A to P is x minus a. And similarly, I want to find the distance of point P from the point B. Now we are already having a distance from this point to this point, that is x. And what we have to do, we have to consider the distance from B point, and we already know from this point to B point the distance is a. That is why the distance from B point to P point will be x plus a. I hope you have understood this concept. So let me mark this distance. So it is very important for you to know the diagram only, because further approach is quite easier one, and we will continue with the article using the diagram. So now I need to find, what I need to find is the value of EA and the value of EB, and then we will talk about the resultant. So let us talk about first the value of EA. So when it comes to the value of electric field at point P, because of the charge which is placed at point A, we know it is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q plus Q, because it is plus Q, upon, or I can say let us take the magnitude. So if I will take the magnitude, it is Q only, Q upon, and distance from A to P. Distance from A to P is already marked, and I will write AP square, that will work wonders. So substituting the value from the diagram, because it is already labeled, we will get 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon x minus a whole square, that is equation number 1. There is nothing else to bother about, so it's already done. And now we need to calculate the value of B. So to calculate the value of B, I will write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Now charge at point B is Q, and taking the magnitude, it will be Q only, and the distance from B to P is BP whole square. So the value is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon x plus a whole square. So this is equation number 2. Now we are having two equations, and see, the diagram is quite clear. EA is acting in the outward direction while EB is acting in the inward direction. Two electric fields have opposite faces. One is along east direction and the other is along west direction. And if you can see it, I have made the electric field at because of charge at point A the greater one, and the electric field because of charge placed at point B the shorter one, and in opposite direction. Why I have made it shorter one? We have to look into the denominator of each equations. Here the equation has a denominator with x minus a. Here in second equation we are having denominator with x plus a. So when I talk about x plus a, that means this denominator is greater, hence EB is smaller. This denominator is smaller, and hence EA is greater. So clearly EA is greater than EB. Therefore, we will say as EA is greater than EB, therefore net effect is given by E due to dipole on the axial line is equal to EA minus EB. So substituting the values from the equation number 1 and equation number 2, what we're gonna get? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x minus a whole square minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x plus a whole square. So now the things are easier for us to solve. Once we are done with the diagram, once we have written the two main values, nothing is left for us to solve because all the things are quite easier now. So taking 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught common, and you can also take q common, and we will be left with 1 upon x minus a whole square minus 1 upon x plus a whole square, and closing the brackets. Please take care of the brackets while solving the equation. It is very important to take care of your handwriting as well, because if you will not take care of your handwriting, then it will cause a problem for you only, otherwise you will get confused. So let us take the LCM. We will be having x minus a whole square into x plus a whole square, and solving this equation we will be getting x plus a whole square minus x minus a whole square. What else we have to do? We just have to open up these brackets. So we have electric field intensity on the axial line is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and here we will substitute the formula a square plus b square plus 2ab. Take in single bracket, put the minus sign, open the another bracket, x minus a whole square. We will get x square plus a square minus 2ax. It is very important, again I will say, to take care of the brackets, otherwise you will confuse the signs and you can make a error. So here just for everyone, for the feasibility, I am just opening up these two brackets. X minus a whole square could be written as x minus a into x minus a. Similarly, I can open up this bracket, x plus a into x plus a. Now in the very next step, what we're gonna do, EA is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. We have x square plus a square plus 2ax minus x square minus a square, and this minus will change this minus sign into positive one, minus into minus is plus, so we will write 2ax upon, this will be divided by, here we have, see, x minus a, x plus a. So we have a formula, a minus b into a plus b could be written as a square minus b square, and when I will combine these two brackets, again I have x minus a into x plus a. I can write it as x square minus a square. So doing this thing, combining the brackets, we will get x square minus a square into x square minus a square. So cancelling out this x square, this a square, we are left with electric field intensity on axial line is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught 4ax upon x square minus a square whole raised to power 2, its whole square. So we are very much near to the end of the article, so we are going to find the final result. EA is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. What I gonna do is now 2x multiplied by 2aq upon x square minus a square whole square. See carefully that I have just written down this 4 into 2 parts, 2 into 2, but I have combined this x with single 2 and I have combined 2a with this q outside. So the total equation was 4aqx. So I have just written it down separately, 2x multiplied by 2aq. If you solve this upper part, you will get 4aqx, and the question arises why I have done this kind of thing. So the answer to this question is 2a is already a length of dipole multiplied by q, it will become a dipole moment p. So I just want to express my expression in terms of dipole moment. That is why what I have done, I have separated out these things so that I must be able to write 2aq as dipole moment. Hence we will say, we know dipole moment P is equal to magnitude of either charge of a dipole multiplied by length of the dipole is equal to q 2aq. Therefore our let us give it equation number 3. It is very important to write the equation number. So therefore equation 3 becomes, sorry for the disturbances behind, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2x p upon x square minus a square whole square, and we will put it as equation number 4. So this is our equation number 4. Now what we will do, as we have written down the equation number 4, so this is equation number 4. Let me write it down once again on the next page, because I just want to discuss few more things about it. So EA is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p, here is x also, upon x square minus a square whole square. So I have repeatedly written down the equation number 4th once again, because I just want to talk something more about this equation. Although this is the expression which is expressing us the dipole moment, electric field intensity on the axial line of the dipole, but still I just want to solve it further. Why I want to solve it further? Because there are some of the special cases which we actually need to discuss. Basically, when dipole is formed, there is a very small separation between the two charges, equal and opposite charges. If this is minus q, this is plus q, this separation which we have taken as 2a, it is very small. They are separated by a very small distance, and when we will make a distance half of it from the center, the distance will become a. So a is smaller than 2a, and if a thing is smaller than the other number, like a is smaller than 2a, then what I want to say, if I put a square on both sides, a square will be very smaller than 4a square. And why it gonna happen, I just want to give you the example related to this. And let us consider you have a number 0.2, that is, it is equal to 2a. This implies a will be equal to 0.2 divided by 2, that is equal to 0.1. If you want to do square of this half number, that is a square will be equal to 0.1 whole square. This implies a square is equal to 0.01. So this will be the expression for a square, and a is equal to 0.1. That means your a was less than 2a, but your a square is very less than, a square is very less than 2a, because the value of a square is 0.01. Check it from this equation, which is very less than 0.1, and 0.1 is less than 0.2. So you can see that the square of a small number is really very small. Therefore we're gonna modify this equation number 4, as we have written this as equation number 4. How I gonna modify it? I will say, usually dipole is small, so that is, since dipole is small, therefore a square is very small, and hence it could be ignored. And when we're gonna ignore a square, that means we will just put 0 over here. Just do it in your head. Put 0 over here. 0 square is going to be 0. X square minus 0 will remain x square, and when you will solve the bracket, you will be missing this term. So you will be having x square whole square, and square into square, it will become, this whole equation will turn by x raised to power 4. So therefore we will write directly from the equation number 4 that EA is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2px divided by x square whole square. Cancelling the square, we will get EA is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p, sorry, you cannot cancel it out, I have just put it in a wrong way. It is x4 2px upon x raised to power 4. So cancelling this, we will be left with x cube. So this implies EA is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon x cube, which is the expression for the electric field intensity on the axial line of the dipole. And I hope you have understood the article quite well, and this gonna help you to revise the important articles for your board examination. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you later.